Hey guys, welcome back to another video with Garel's Garage. This video, we got the 650, of course, in the house. I will be talking about brake slash clutch levers. Um, Now, I do have two models in front of me right now, so I'm basically going to do a pro and con of both of these. And hopefully, you find this video useful. If you're trying to do a similar upgrade, maybe you can decide, which ones to buy and which ones to avoid. And as you guys can see, I do have the stock clutch lever, however, not the brake side. And a quick background story of why I only installed the brake side, not the clutch side, because a couple months ago I actually leaned my bike on a garage shelf. So the stock one actually bent up. So I trimmed that off, but I know this wasn't the safe route, so I ended up changing it. And of course, this has the feature of adjustability where you can move this front or back. And as I was researching this, I found this to be very useful where the lever itself can bend up, it can twist up and down. So in case you do somehow lean the bike uh, in the garage, the lever will basically fold itself and you can simply fold it down. Now, the reason why I'm changing this and why I don't like this, first is the quality. Of course, I've made the rookie mistake where I went with the cheapest Amazon option here. Um, with bare hands, it feels genuine, but once you get your riding gear on with gloves, uh, they feel really slim to a point where I don't feel comfortable. The controls basically don't feel premium quality. This is also lighter, so it tends to vibrate and shake a lot. Uh, the weight ends on the towards the end is it's more of show than actually functionality. And all of us might not have the same perception as I do. My theory is your grips, your levers, your mirrors, those are your controls. So if those are not premium quality, you're as you're riding, your ride is not going to feel premium. And here's a quick comparison. So these are the Amazon finds. These are the ones I got from Hitchcock Motorcycle website. These are the genuine ones, which I feel is a superb quality that I'm going to install. And don't be thrown off here, even though it might seem thicker here. This is actually lighter than this. And as I was mentioning earlier, even if I hold this from the mid closest point, it tends to lean towards the end weights. So it's more functionality rather looks how it is on this side. And yes, I do like the feature of them, flipping up. But again, how often are you going to use that, right? Another thing is, of course, with Amazon finds, these are not a true GT slash Interceptor fit because on the clutch side, you actually need a just to quickly compare, you need that V shape. So this actually clicks on your clutch switch. So of course, this either way will not work for you. The brake side, however, does. And so that's just my reasons why I don't like these, even though it's funny. It says, let me focus here. It says Interceptor there. Anyways, so yeah, that's I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to recommend this. However, what I am going to recommend are these. These are CNC, pretty heavy duty. And see the thickness of these two compared with them. Uh, and of course, these will also have the adjustability feature and where you can adjust these to front and back according to the length of your fingers. The installation process is pretty simple for the brake side. Clutch side is a little complex. We'll talk about that when we get to it. For the brake side, you basically need a 10 millimeter on the nut on the back, and then 8 millimeter for the top bolt. This is not the original bolt, so I have an Allen key for this. So yeah, you'll have an 8 millimeter top. Alrighty, so what I'm gonna basically do is get a little bit of grease. put it at the top and bottom end, uh, just so it goes in a little smoother. And as we are squeezing this, right, it needs some sort of lubrication in there to help it freely rotate. And that's why it's important not to over tighten the bolt as well. Most accurate way to install this is first you will see there's a cup shape here. That needs to be, first you need to place that brake piston in that cup shape. And then this long arm piece is actually going to get connected to this brake switch in the front. So you got to be really careful not to damage that switch. So we're going to first slide that in there, and then from there push this end in, and it should contact that switch. Perfect. And then from there, just align that hole and put your bolt through. All right, guys, so once you have the bolt in, there's two things you need to confirm to make sure this works perfectly. One is the tightness of this bolt. We do not want to over tighten this. So the way you can test that is simply pull this lever back and release it. Let it fall back to its original spot. Also confirm by pressing it all the way in and just confirming this portion is not binding anywhere. The bolt is not stopping the movement of this. So that tells me this is good. Now, second is we need to adjust the play of this. Now, what I mean by play, I don't mean the play of the actual lever. That's the adjustment skew here. I'm referring to the brake switch and the piston itself. So uh, you you can actually feel this, and I will put the microphone close so you can actually hear that clicking noise. That clicking noise that you just heard, that's the brake sensor, which actually activates it. And once that is clicked, the piston is at where it bottoms out, and then it pushes the fluid uh, through the cable. So you that wiggle room, it is very important because you don't want that switch to get triggered all of a sudden, as that could lead you to a serious accident. Now onto the clutch side, you need a 10 millimeter for the top bolts and 8 millimeter for the bottom nut. So yeah, let me just quickly loosen that up. Now once you get the bolt out, on this side, the most important thing is the clutch sensor. Um, this is the this is the triangle part that I was talking about earlier. This is what contacts that sensor. So yes, you can pull out the lever by pulling it to the front and twisting the cable. But when you're installing the new one in, there are chances you could damage that. So I'm going to be really cautious here. What I'm going to do is, because I have the headlight fairing, I'm going to twist this up, remove the two screw head bolts for the sensor, take the sensor out. Then I can install this and then reinstall the sensor afterwards. Yeah, as you can see, this is the little clip, so this gets pushed, and that's what activates that sensor. So this port is really sensitive. Now, technically, you don't really need to loosen the clutch cable from the engine side. Simply rotate this back, as that will give you enough room to pull the cable out. And from here, we're simply going to slide that ball piece in there. And once that's in, rotate that and in. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Let me put some grease on this and And that is tightened. See right there, that's too tight. Probably do a half a turn back on this. Yeah, much better. Insert that sensor as we talked about. Just like that. And same thing on this one. We need a bit more of a play because I can hear that sensor switch getting clicked. So I'm gonna loosen it up from the engine side a bit so we can get a little bit more cable in this. That way we can increase the play a bit more. So hopefully you found this video helpful. I would recommend staying away from the Amazon junk out there. It's just simply not worth it. Yes, it's the cheaper way around of doing things, but get something genuine, get something premium quality. At the end of the day, these are your controls, you know, grips, levers, mirrors. Next, I'm even thinking about doing the upgrade for gear shifter and the brake pedal. Yeah, if these things feel premium, your ride quality enhances and you'll enjoy it more. Yeah, thanks for watching, and if you haven't so already, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. We'd love to get your feedback on this, and yeah, thank you. Thanks for watching.